Welcome to the VIP section.
Bust the rhyme shit, right, Tone? It's like that's big bucks.
And she has them
Listen.
dressed like Scoop and Scrap from Big Daddy Kane with the matching outfits and all that.
Facts.
Year older than him, so I was a senior, he was a junior. We played ABCD together, and he first came, and this when
Stadium right there, you know that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a serious right now, man. It's really serious.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fuckery going on, bro, for sure. Other things that we gonna talk about at a later date, but it's a lot of craziness going on, man. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I want to say, pardon the delay. I had a unforeseen situation and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but we here now. You know what I mean?
We here. This is Instagram. This is when we get to that point, it's Instagram. They rocking out, man. They here. Let's get it.
Exactly. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters, that they here. You feel me? Yes, sir. First and foremost, man, I definitely want to chime in with first off, rest in peace, PNB Rock.
That's a fact. Shout out to John Fenny in the building. Shout out to Taco in the building. It's lit tonight.
It was a very unfortunate situation, man. I mean, it's definitely nothing new. I just hope that young artists today would take seriously their careers in all aspects. That means when they in the studio, when they're on stage, and when they out handling their normal everyday, lives and whatnot. We are people first before we're artists, before we're entertainers, before we're celebrities. We're people. And as people, we have the right to carry out our day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? And no one has the right. And when I say that, I mean no one has the right to just senselessly take a life.
Especially in broad daylight in front of other people.
Yeah,
come on, man. This is ridiculous out here right now. I agree.
And I want to address that whole narrative about when you go to certain markets to check in, tap in, look in, and all the other ends. Man, none of that's necessary. And I'm going to say this too, bro, and I don't care who it offends. Nobody's obligated to do none of that, okay? That's indirect extortion when you talking about an artist gotta come and see you or he may face danger, period. I don't, none of those gang rules apply to me. None of that lifestyle applies to me. But under the circumstances, we got to be swift and changeable and understand how to move in certain climates. You know what I mean? And if that means spending an extra few dollars, if you got money to spend $500,000 on your neck, you definitely got enough money to, hire brothers like myself that's going to make sure you get home at night.
That's a fact.
Plain and simple.
Also, you getting niggas home at night.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen.
Mad Tone not here. We ain't got no bombs. Fuck you, Tone. Shout out to Flea Guy in the building.
Tone ain't setting the tone tonight. But you know what, man? Like I said, we got normal everyday lives.
We got lives. Exactly.
Gotta do what we gotta do. Fatherly duties, and I'm never mad at that because
hell no.
One of my daughters called me right now. I'm dropping this live like a bad habit, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead.
Shout out to Ronnie Pinkett in the building. Facts.
But yeah, man, it's just sad that people can't earn what they want in life, so they feel like they gotta take it from someone else who has earned this. You want to go out there and take something from somebody, take it from somebody who takes it from somebody. How about that?
How about that? Real rap.
Take it from somebody who takes it from somebody.
Shout out to my man,
I
don't
see gangsters going at gangsters nowadays. I don't see much of that. I see gangsters going at good people. And that brother PNB Rock was a decent dude.
Oh, yeah. Right? Hold on. Hold on for a second, not to cut you off. Anybody that have any questions or anybody that want to check in and come in and talk with Akeem, this is your chance. Let's get to the money tonight. Just send
Feel
an
free.
invite. I'm going to see it at the bottom. I'm bringing you in. We on it tonight. Or drop a question. This is Thursday nights. We lit. We ain't no artists, no athletes. Real shit on Thursdays. Real
Exactly.
rap. Real
Real
talk.
rap at its best, man, because we need somebody that's going to step up and speak about things that affect us all.
Send
know
them
what I'm saying?
invites. Anybody that want to get on deck, send them invites. Lorenzo, I see you out there. Send them invites. We bringing y'all in tonight. And we got somebody coming in who's going to talk some real shit tonight, too.
Oh, yeah. My sister, Lady Scribe, she definitely going to come in and she going to bring it from the female perspective.
I hope y'all ready for that.
In case
So
people don't know, a couple of weeks ago when we started episode 1 and missed the conversation, Tone, who ain't setting the tone tonight, he asked me a question. And he asked me, can we as black people turn it around? Turn around the dynamic, turn around the structure, turn around the behavior. And it was a loaded question, a question that couldn't be answered with a few sentences, a question that really couldn't just be answered in one conversation.
Okay,
So
we got one in already. We got one in already. Ak is lit tonight. Shout out to...
Is that my dude, Grams?
Oh, you
Is
know
that Grams?
Yes, sir. On the check-in, baby. Good.
Grams was goody,
shit.
man.
Yo.
Grams was goody.
Wait, hold on. So wait, Ak, you brought him in here? He's in here with you, or he was just...
I don't know how he got in, but he in here. So let's
I brought him in, but I'm saying you invited him to come to the chat?
He's definitely on my friends list. This is my man right here.
Got you. No, that's love. Now it's definitely going down tonight.
Exactly.
It's definitely going down tonight.
Yo, first of all, Shake, baby, thank you for having me. Yo, Ak, what's good? In the moment.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Can't
wait to connect with you again, man. We just reconnected.
Okay.
We ain't seen each other since like the pandemic and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see you, Grams.
100%.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm saying, Grams. I'm tired of the dynamic of people trying to, bend and press on artists and whatnot and telling them that they got to check in or face danger. That's not the narrative that we need to be speaking from. Period.
So, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. It depends on the culture, because you know that West Coast culture is totally different from us.
That's a fact.
Oh, of course.
So you got to check in.
And I was about to mention that.
Not on some punk shit, but on some real nigga shit. You got to check in. Because you can't play on every side of the fence and think shit's sweet.
That's true, too.
That is true.
But
now, wait, hold on, because I need both of y'all to answer this. When you say checking in, what do you mean by that?
Okay.
Well,
I'm going to tell you like from my own example, right? So if I'm about to shake out in Brooklyn, right? I'm from Harlem. If I shake out in Brooklyn, I might call one of my mans like, yo, what's good? Yo, I'm going to be over here on this side just in case. I bet you going to run down on me if I got a problem, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what it is.
So what was you guys?
What's
your version?
My version of it is it's building a culture to people that don't even apply to that lifestyle. And that's where I have a problem. Like if you live in that life, you in the streets, you banging, you know what I'm saying? That's your lifestyle. That's fine. But that's not everybody's lifestyle. And it shouldn't apply to everybody. And furthermore, if that is going to be the West Coast culture, then the West Coast need to make that all the way across the board. Meaning, don't just apply that to rap artists. Make the pop artists check in.
That's a fact.
Make the rock and roll artists check in. Because if you're going to bend and apply that pressure needs to be applied to all things. I play across the board, Graham.
You got to look at it like this.
Shedbug said checking in isn't for regular folks.
Yes,
that's
sir.
A fact. That's a fact.
Sir. If
you heavy,
lifestyle,
if you heavy in the streets,
go ahead, Grams. My bad.
If you heavy in the streets and you walking around with 100,000, $250,000 on you, let's be realistic. In any borough out here, you be food. You're a target.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just like out there. If you running around, you think I could do this. Nah, shit don't work like that, fam.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I agree totally like that. But see, I have a different perspective on what my check-in would be in that situation. Me being a Muslim brother, and I always told artists that when they transition to that point of being a true celebrity, I'm calling my brothers. I'm not going to call a gang, a group of people that I don't particularly know, because I can tell you this much, Grams. I know firsthand of a couple
somebody
of
made a point here. He said they got the LA rapper in the Bronx.
What?
Okay, so now we're playing tit for tat. For one, PNB Rock is not even from New York. He's from Philadelphia.
True.
He's from Philly.
That's a fact.
So let's keep that in perspective. It's not from New York. It's from Philadelphia.
Okay,
Shout out to Philly.
I got one for you.
Hometown. I got plenty of family in Philly. I got siblings in Philly. So I got nothing but love for Philly. But what
I got one for you, right?
In my case, hold on, one quick. In my situation, if I got people that I need to make sure that I'm good when I go in another market, I'm a Muslim brother. So if I'm going to hire, or if I'm going to spend bread to make sure that I'm secure, I'm going to spend it with my family. So I'm bringing in brothers that I know that's going to be about making sure that I get from point A to B, and I get to my hotel room and get to my airport and get up out of town.
That's a fact.
And for me, that's the FOI. Because I know when I hire them, shout out to brother Eric Muhammad. I know when I would hire them, I know they about their business. They not about nothing else. They know protocol. They are experienced at handling these situations, and they're respected. So, like the brother French Montana said, rather than spending $250,000 on your neck, make sure that you secure first, because you can't just walk around and act like it can't happen. I'm blessed to say I'm as old as I am today, because I always kept in the back of my mind at any given moment it can happen. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm places, I'm going to do the things necessary to make sure that I'm good. Go ahead, Grams.
Facts. That's just like this. Say we was in Brownsville, right?
Mm-hmm.
You was in Brooklyn, for example. We in Brownsville. I go to Crown Fried Chicken with 3 heavy chains on me. I ain't from Brooklyn. Nobody know me. You think I ain't gonna get got?
Of course.
Of course. But you know what though?
So that's the same shit. That's the same shit that he did. He went to another hood.
You feel like they felt like, who the fuck this nigga think he is?
Facts.
Well, I mean, to add to that, he did do a couple of interviews where he spoke on these issues, and he gave the impression that he was going to be taking care of business and on top of his game. So, like I said, I've been living as long as I've been living, because I've always kept in the back of my mind that it can happen. It could definitely go down.
I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what a person thinks, the checking in, all of that, this is my point of view. It's still, you can't, like they said, like Fat Joe said, like, where in broad daylight in a restaurant in front of the kids, it's like kind of like, there's got to be a little bit more to this story, man.
Say it, bro.
That's too personal. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I get it. And my thing I'm saying is when we can't move around and operate, then we bring in ourselves back to a slavery. But I don't even want to spend too much time on that part of it, because I got to bring Lady Scribe in. What I really want to talk about is how these labels are quick to go and add to this 360 deal a provision that they can put life insurance on you, but they don't do things like the NBA does. The
Yo,
NBA, when you are a rookie in the NBA, they send you to a mentorship seminar where former NBA players, veteran NBA players sit down with the new young brothers coming in the league and tell them how they need to move and operate.
Yeah.
If labels are not going to take the time out to do that, but they got the presence of mind to take out life insurance policies, I find that to be skeptical. You know what I'm saying? And it's no secret that, you know, Empire Records, they have numerous artists that have fell to these situations. So at what point, if you really, as a business owner or a corporation, going to say, we're going to do what's necessary to protect our investments, protect our partnerships, because when an artist signs a record deal, in all essence, they're signing a partnership deal. It may not be a 50-50 partnership, but it is a partnership. So how are you going to go about when you've already experienced 5 of your artists prior to PNB Rock, you know, demise, and you've seen in my previous posts, I put those artists up there. How are you not going to make sure that it doesn't happen to the next one? But yet and still, you have the presence of mind to put life insurance policies out on them. I'm wondering if they are doing the same thing with pop artists, with rock and roll artists, and artists of other genres. Because if they're not, then, I mean, you know, a light bulb's going to go off in my head. And I think it would go off in anybody's head who has common sense. Like, why does this keep happening to Empire record artists? You know what I'm saying? And
Facts. It's like a common denominator.
What'd you say, Grams?
It's like a common denominator.
Yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to speak about. I think the record industry, knowing and understanding that being a rapper could be dangerous, need to first sit down with these artists and give them the heads up on how they need to move and operate when they're not on stage, when they're not behind the camera, when they're not at a radio interview, and when they're not acting in a professional capacity. You know, so because you can't expect.
They saying how much, they're asking how much of the policy amounts they put in the hits out.
Well, that you would have the actual contract. That can differ from artist to
Depending
artist.
how thirsty the artist is, right?
Yes, it depends on the artist. It depends on the amount of money that's been negotiated for the artist. It depends on the amount of albums. You know, all contracts are not the same. They may have some of the same provisions, but that depends on what you sit down at the table with and discuss before you put your ink on that piece of paper. So I just think that not enough is being done to protect our young artists, to school our young artists, and to let them know how they need to do things, because you cannot expect a young kid who just came from up out of the streets and out of nowhere obtained all of this fame and fortune to be able to transition in that manner just out of the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
No, that's true.
One of the things the labels definitely do is they try to create separation with who you bring into the table. How many times you see artists, once they pop off, their crew is not with them.
Shout out to LV the Hitmaker.
The crew that they came up with. You know, the age-old saying that Beanie Siegel says, everybody can't come. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things they first tell you. Well, you know, you need to chill with the crowd that you hang around. You know, we happen to know some of your guys are gang members. Some of your guys have multiple felonies, violent felonies, and open court cases. So where's this young brother who spent all his life in the hood is going to obtain the ways and means to be able to make sure that he get home at night? And if you're going to throw that in that artist's face, then you should be providing some solutions. $1 billion corporations tell me that y'all not connected well enough to make sure that there's a security company that can hold them down.
Yeah,
They ain't saying they have to pay for it. They ain't saying they have to pay for it, but you mean to tell me you can't tell that artist, listen, when you touch down, I got this security group. They are armed security officers. They're former military or former law enforcement, and they're going to make sure that you get to your hotel. They're going to make sure that you get to all of your locations on your itinerary, and then make sure that you get back to your hotel. You mean to tell me they can't do that? Yes, they can. I know absolute fact that they do that with certain artists. So it's a matter of how much you care about your investment. And if you're putting out a life insurance policy, that's going to question. That's just going to draw a red flag to me. Period. Because for one, I need to know who the beneficiaries of that life insurance policy is. So how much is going to the artist's family should that artist pass away? How much of that is going to his family? How much is going in the label's pockets? Somebody from the label needs to step up to me and tell me what that is. Bottom line, because at the end of the day, if you're not going to protect your investment, or if I'm investing with you, or if I'm in a partnership with you, and you do not want or show signs to protect me, then that's a partnership I don't need. Shay.
Yo.
Yeah.
What you doing? You watching the game, aren't you?
Yo, son. I ain't gonna lie, because I got the over on this. They fucking it up, son.
I told you, leave that gamble game alone, bro. That shit'll kill your life.
Hell yeah.
You know
I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, these niggas just broke Herbert's ribs and all of that. That's a fact. Yeah. But yo.
But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with guys, man. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to PNB Rock.
No, but
R.I.P. to all the artists.
But that's
who
obvious,
went
though.
and died to senseless violence.
But that's obvious why you saying that they don't have those security watching them is because you said that they want them dead if they have the insurance policies on them. You know what I'm saying?
It's a win-win situation. And with a lot of life insurance policies, if you should be murdered, you can get double, triple what the policy is.
First of all, okay? I can't sign no insurance policies on nobody, period, against my life. That's just like, that's common sense. Like,
exactly.
why would I sign my insurance policy like if I die?
But I'm gonna bring you a step deeper though. I'm gonna bring you a step deeper. How many of those artists really know that there's life insurance policies out on them? Because a lot of times
it's like hidden in the deal?
Possibly. I don't know, but what I do know is that there's lawyers, entertainment lawyers out here that have more of a concern of being in line with the record company than being in line with the client, because the record company is a bigger vehicle. So a lot of times you don't know offhand how to go about getting yourself an entertainment lawyer. And if that entertainment lawyer is a good entertainment lawyer,
shout out to DJ Young Wills,
chances are he has done business with your record company before. So at the end of the day, if that entertainment lawyer has 5 clients that he has done within the last 5 years with that same record company, whose best benefit is he really going to have? So when you going over the contract negotiations, that can be skipped over. Remember, contract, Shay, you know what time it is. You had a contract presented to you. Those are a lot of pages there. 100%. A lot of pages. Until a young brother who's never experienced that before, those pages will get passed by. The lawyer say, well, nah, that's not nothing serious. Don't worry about that right there. Just put your initials on that page. Yeah, nah, that's something. Just put your initials right there. And a young brother who never had nothing, he's just trying to get to the money, man. He just want to see the page where it talks about the bread. Most artists only care about how many albums they obligated to and how much the budget is. Everything else, they don't care about. How many times have we heard in the history of entertainment artists say, I got robbed by either my lawyer or my accountant? Your lawyer robbed you by not having your best interest. Your accountant robs you by not having your best interest, by making sure that you see the money is right. So the first thing artists need to really start doing is when they start getting the buzz, they need to really start looking for entertainment lawyers. Get that entertainment lawyer in pocket before the deal's on the table. Because if a deal is presented to you, now you're scrambling. Now you're scrambling to find a lawyer to go over it with you. So what's most likely going to happen? I'm going to tell you. The A&R is going to say, well, I got a great friend of mine. He's an excellent attorney. He does great work, and he can definitely handle the situation.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you don't have the presence of mind to ask questions like, well, how long have y'all been working with this lawyer? Because if I have an attorney to overlook my contract, I don't want that attorney to have ever done business with this record company because they're the bigger entity. So I want someone who has never worked with them. It's like the difference between going and getting a legal aid and a paid attorney. You go get a legal aid. Legal aids go eat lunch with the district attorneys every day. They eat lunch. They have drinks when the court date is over. You know what I'm saying? They in bed with them. They rock with them. You know what I'm saying? You go get you a paid attorney that you know that you have had researched on, that has a proven track record, that you know that like to go out there and get wins. Because most legal aids, they don't care about getting wins. They just care about how many cases they got. And most legal aids have aspirations to become district attorneys.
That's facts.
Of course, they gonna play ball with
who's trying to pull up
district
and
attorney.
Who's trying to pull up and come to? Yo, what's up? Where homegirl at? I'm really trying to get that rocking.
Get in here because we really wanted. Like I said, I really only wanted to spend like 10 minutes on that. You know what I'm saying?
Like this lady Scribe, she said, never post your location. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, that's
exactly
about to come in. That's a
coming
very,
in.
Listen, I'm Joe Nobody.
Let's go, Lorenzo. Yeah.
I
like
don't
Lorenzo. I like Lorenzo.
Let's bring her.
Let's
go.
Bring her in.
Please.
Bring Lady Scribe in.
Okay.
That's a fact. Please.
Tell her to send an invite, because she can send an invite to me, and then I can accept it like I did y'all.
Well, she just heard you now, so she about to make that move. Trust and believe.
Yeah. Nah, I'm definitely feeling what y'all saying. I mean, definitely the whole don't post your location. That's like that's like,
that young boy shit.
I'm Joe Nobody, and I don't do that. I'm Joe Nobody, and I don't do that. Half the time when I post what went down, I have hashtag
already left the venue.
Shout out to In the Moment.
I have.
They said PNB Rock wanted out of his record deal.
You said what?
Let me see. She Won't Stop said PNB Rock wanted out of his record deal. Is that who's coming in here?
And how many times have we heard that upon an artist's death? They want it out.
Yeah, that's true.
They want it out.
Okay, there she go.
Let's go, Scribe.
There she go. She should come in right now. Let me see.
Yes, she is.
There you go.
Hey.
Good evening, young lady. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How you guys doing?
We good. We
good.
We was ready to get this popping. Shout out to In the Moment. It's lit in here tonight. Shay Baby TV, your man Akeem. Yeah, this is the Real Rap Thursday.
Yes, thank you, Ox, so much for the invite. I love how y'all get down. This is much needed conversations.
Facts.
Yes. So let's get to the real meat and potatoes of what I wanted to talk about. Like I said, couple of weeks ago, episode 1, Tone posed a loaded question, a very loaded question, but very necessary question. And that was, can we as a nation of people turn around the current dynamics of how we're living day-to-day lives? And I told them, yes, of course, for sure. But there's many elements that we must first address. You know what I'm saying? We can't just transition without addressing the problem. And you can't fix a problem without providing solutions. So last week,
hold on, y'all got a question. Y'all got a question. Can y'all see it at the bottom?
What's the best description marketing tool?
No, what's the best distribution marketing
tool?
The best distribution marketing tool, I would say, is anything that you can have, any outlet that you can have where everything, all the residual income is coming your way. You know what I'm saying? Where you can monetize and actually monitor your monetization. That's the best solution. Okay? And we're in a digital stage where really, give it 5-10 years, record companies really going to be scrambling on how to get artists signed to their brands. Because now, with the internet, with digital distribution, you can handle things yourself. Not only that, you might want to look up a brother named Steve Stout, very reputable man. I forgot the name of his brand, but his brand is basically pertaining to artists being able to monetize their own situations. Not only monetize their own situations, monitor their situation. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I'd like to bring up is Ryan Leslie, how he monetizes his music. Everything comes to him, his website, to where he can see who's buying his music, what market they're from. So when he has a concert, he can reach out to his fan base in those respective markets and be able to communicate directly with them. When you're doing this thing called entrepreneurship, you want to have as much control of your situation as possible. Going with the record company, you can't do that because they're not going to give you access to the tools like knowing who's buying your music, being able to communicate with that base, and even build a stronger relationship with that base. So artists really need to work on handling those elements, because I'll put it this way: 50% of, let's say, 100,000 is a lot more than 22% of 400,000. Okay, because you have more control over the money that you're putting, that's coming to you. When you have that control, that allows you to be able to build and strengthen your fan base. When you have to rely on an outside entity to tell you or give you analytics, you know what I'm saying? That then you know, now we're talking about a trust value. And we all know, we all heard examples of how labels cannot be trusted. Period. You don't have access to their analytics. Okay? You don't have
What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
Data.
What you mean? Like you really don't know the real numbers?
No.
How can you?
Yeah, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, hold on. Let me ask you this question, because I see you shaking your head over there. What does Akeem mean by you don't have the real analytics of what's going on? Period. I didn't understand that. Like, how can you not know what's going on? Don't you sign off on these things?
No.
However, you might sign off on them, but you really don't. Because at the end of the day, if you don't understand the wordplay in those papers, you're gonna miss a lot of things.
Got you.
So they're gonna tuck a lot of shit away from you.
Yeah,
because you're not reading every page.
Yes,
you're not reading
what
every line.
I mean, look at Prince. Look at
too
Prince.
many pages, right, Akeem?
Prince was the best with it.
But look at Prince.
What you said, Scribe?
I was like, look at Prince, because a lot of these artists don't even own their own name prior to getting a deal. That would be the first thing, you know, an artist should do, is to lock and trademark their name. They don't have any ownership. They're being told what markets to go to, They're not, you know, they're not looking at analytics or understanding where they're hot at and where they're not, you know, hot at. So they're relying a lot of the information from those labels. That's why indie being the new major, you know, a lot of the artists have more control now, and therefore, you know, you could see that money at home versus cents on a dollar, you know. So
like there's a producer in here right here, and I know he's listening to all of this. His name is DJ Young Wills. If you go back, hold on, I'm gonna pin what he said here. I just wanted y'all to see this, and this is one of the guys that always come in, show love, and hold on, let me see if I can find this there. Let me see. Okay, he said, here you go. Look what he said at the bottom. And this is facts. Now, you don't think, and this guy Beats is unbelievable. You don't think they out to rape him?
Oh, facts.
definitely,
And his beats is unbelievable. You wouldn't even think he made them.
you know, and using,
Because they're gonna take advantage of that though.
yeah, they're going to use anything that's going to get, you know, clicks, clickbait. They're going to, you know, hold you out pretty much. You know, you're going to be the poster boy for, you know, disability. Like, I mean, whatever the case, whatever they can use it and whatever you allow them, you know, to use.
Oh, I never thought about it like that. You're right.
Yeah,
They're
it's
going
like
to
she
run
said.
with it.
Pimping ain't dead, and certain niggas scared to do it.
Basically, it's a chess move. You
Mhm.
play you play on what's being presented to you. Just like how you in playing chess. You don't play it you don't play each opponent the same way.
Okay,
Because
she won't
everybody's
stop.
attack is not
She
the
won't
same
stop
way.
saying, "What's the solution?"
What's the solution?
You basically gotta own your own work.
Yeah, ownership, independence,
Ownership.
you know,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
Ownership,
Own your
which
master.
happens on a large
Shouldn't
scale
even
to be
be-
next week's comments. I mean next week's topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as me and Scribe had a conversation last night, we
Yeah.
spoke on that element, and that's the next element of the phase of the conversation that Tone on the question that Tone asked me. But like I said, really tonight's topic is really about
Facts, DJ Wills.
how we can get back in a better space as a people. And
What do you
that's
mean?
a necessary element because in the black family, male-female relations has very, very serious issues. It's almost like a tug and war that we're having where no
Would you
one
say
wants
it's because
to
of
say,
social media?
excuse me?
Would you say it's because of social media? Like, what you think the
No,
problem
because
is?
this happened long before social media. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our black women by the minute is losing faith in our brothers. And in a lot of ways, rightfully so, because our brothers are not stepping up and being the kings they need to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like I would say since the 70s, family structure has been corrupted. A lot of that is systemic. A lot of that has to deal with a lot of elements like the Willie Lynch laws. You know what I'm saying? Divide and conquer. And we're in a place and in a space right now where excuses are no longer acceptable. And that's where our women standing right now. You know what I'm saying? Our women, as Scribe explained to me last night and gave me greater understanding on, is that they're not angry at the black man. They're just tired of the bullshit. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
speak on it, lady.
Well, the conversation and you know the narrative on social media, like when he said if this was going on way before social media pretty much just amplifies this situation, right? Puts more eyes on it. But it was already in existence, and I really do believe there's a lot of black women who feel the way I feel, which is we love our black men. We love our men. We're asking the world, you know, at this particular time, and our men to normalize us being soft and docile and vulnerable. You know, no one that I've ever met chose to be a superwoman, including myself. Like, I didn't get up and say, well, let me put this cape on. I want to do it all by myself. No,
Right.
that is a lie. You know, it is the fact of the
Yeah,
matter
but you
that
gotta,
we
but
have
hold on,
to.
not to cut you off, but the black woman is the same one with the get out. I don't need you. I can do this all by myself. Am I right,
No.
Lorenzo?
Now, let me say.
Oh,
Let me,
wait. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead, lady. I'm gonna chime in after you. Go ahead.
No, that's a scenario. You know,
Okay.
that's a scenario. That's not something that is in real life. You know what I'm saying? That, like, this is happening all the time. What led up to the get out, right? How many times did she let you stay? You know, or where are you turning the key in your own lock and inviting her to your house, right? And creating the home, right? Providing for her, right? The toll of having to do so much is exhausting. And then when we're exhausted and we're tired, then it's read as if we're angry. That's not anger. That is like, do you see me? You know, can you give me some assistance? And especially if you're in a relationship with someone, even if you're courting someone, see that person, you know, see that black woman. She shouldn't have to ask you for anything. You know, a lot, you can see with social media, you can see how they were saying like hoes is winning and all this different stuff. Women are now speaking up and asking for what they want. Before it wasn't. Like these young girls now, what kind of car you drive, where you live, what's your, you know, your zip code. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They really want to, they fact checking. You know, my generation, not so much. We really fucking with you. We rocking with you. We taking you for what we see until we find out different down the line. But that's where already love and feelings are involved. You know, I did my time. I've made love to potential. But at a certain time, potential has to produce. You know, so
Obviously.
that's really what it is.
Obviously.
No, but what's producing? Let's start from there. Because I think
Nah, that's
Lorenzo's on my vibe right now. What's
the producing. That's
what's
the easy part,
producing?
right?
Yeah, what's
So
producing though? Like,
I'm gonna say this though. Like, if you go on my page, I posted somewhere is that I was raised in a family where a woman made it with or without a man. You know what I'm
What did
saying?
you
And that's
say? They you posted something, and what did it say?
oh,
women
somebody,
made it.
let me see. Hold on.
Women made it with or without a man. Made it
Okay.
happen with or without a man.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I big up all the strong black women, all the women that got to do it by themselves. However, a lot of you all have gotten real comfortable in
That dynamic.
Well,
right
look.
or wanting more than what you can really bring to the table.
What about this?
Exactly.
In any situation for,
I mean,
you know, and like you were asking about the production, like what is producing? I would simply say producing is following through with what comes out your mouth. You know, there's a lot of pillow talk after sex.
but then you got to
There's a
check it
lot of
though.
footwork before sex.
You got
What
to check it though.
happens afterwards if this is a woman that you want to be with? Why does she have to guide you into doing the things that you want to do, you know, for your woman, right? Like, there is no, in the with or without a man, that is not by choice. Like I said, I don't care even how boss she is, how bad bitch she ain't never wanted to do it by herself. She has cried, she has been in fetal positions, she has, you know, cursed people out. But that tough skin and that barrier comes over time after, you know, trying to heal. And especially if you have children involved, then therefore you want your children to see you strong. You know, you want your children to see that this particular situation did not stop me from providing for you, giving you the life, you know, you deserve. But it still hurts, and these conversations get swept under the rug. You know, I believe simply for either a woman or a man, don't even hop into a relationship if you ain't ready. Like, what is the purpose? There's so many different ways to get off these days. You don't have to mess up somebody's life. You know,
Okay. Now
seriously.
what I want to talk about what
That's a good one.
Lorenzo, you wild, son.
Chill for that.
yo, but
I'm
listen,
serious.
what I need my brothers to understand is is in the family structure dynamic. There was a time when men led, women follow suit. And what I'm seeing today is really like almost a 360 in the opposite direction. When I see social issues, political issues on the protest line, I'm seeing my black women frontlining those situations, putting themselves in danger. And any man that has pride should smack himself in the fucking face for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we should never be in a position where our women is standing up on these issues. We are the ones who need to be frontlining these situations. Our women need to be doing what they was brought in this world to do by nature, which is nurture. You know what I'm saying? Which is nurture. What? Take care of the family. We'll take care of the situations outside. Men go out there and provide. Women nurture the family. That is a God-prescribed law, not a man-made law, not a society-driven law, not a governmental law. And our brothers is not showing up, bro. I need that to be understood. We are in a dynamic right now where it's really where women go, we're following. And it's really that situation.
A lot of generations under us is soft.
You gonna go to the club? Hold on, Gramps. What club you gonna go to, Shay? You gonna go to the club that got the hottest chicks in them. You're not gonna go anywhere where it's not females popping at. So in essence, they're leading that dynamic in terms of social life, entertainment, and everything like that. So when that happens, and women are not dumb, they play dumb. They play stupid. They play docile, but they are very, very intelligent and they're strategic. So when they see that being the case, how can we not expect them to feel like if I'm taking the lead in this situation, why shouldn't I take the lead, period?
To chime in, it's like, for instance, She Won't Stop said that her 17-year-old son doesn't believe that he can find a good girl, you know, and we were talking about it a little bit last night. You know, at the end of the day, our youth is watching us, you know, and I have 3 boys and a girl, and I've always told my boys, you know, you can't be kicked out of a place if you have somewhere to go, which is home, you know. And with that is I'm watching these young girls, whether it's watching their mom and how their mom deals with the men that she is dating, whether it's the influence of social media and or TV shows like Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives. But my sons will not be hit. My sons will not be beat. And my sons have a right to remove a female from his space, his personal space. After, you know, him telling you, hey, yo, you know, keep your hands to yourself, or in removing her from your space, or if she's not willing to move and she's continued to put hands on you, you got every right, you know, to protect yourself, to remove the threat, and to handle your business.
I can't agree with that, because it's like even when you do that, the cops get there, they lock the dudes up. Right or wrong?
Right, absolutely.
Because that's the whole plan, right?
But listen, you know, there's some women that are strategic like that, but I'm talking about young girls and under the influence, right? And that's where the male dynamic comes in. If I am here raising my sons without their father, that's where he would come in to have that conversation. But it's in his absence that I'm giving my sons the tools to have that they're needing to defend themselves. I'm there every step of the way, you know, regardless if it's from school, if it's the block, whatever. I'm gonna be there for my sons. But like she was saying, you know, it is. I'm afraid for my young boys, because it's like they're in, you know, 19, 20. My oldest is 28. Okay, and it's as if like finding a woman, finding a girl these days that have not been influenced to the point where there's no return, you know, and it's the expectation of, you know, a basketball, a football, you know, some type of, you know, rapper or whatever the case may be, instead of a good man that respects his mother, therefore will respect you, will do for you and provide for you. It's as if that those things aren't valued anymore, right? This is what we're saying, the importance of us healing. Because
no, but see, no, hold on. I agree, but this is 2022. Let's keep it
absolutely
real. A woman almost was president. So there are women that are getting money and doing their thing. But the thing about black women is when they get money and they get and it's on the other end, they're like trying to control shit, trying to run their mouth, threatening to kick you out.
Okay, Shay, let me speak to that. Let me
that's why a lot of black men go to white women. They don't do that.
Watch this though. That's some.
That is not true, Shay.
But
that is not true, Shay.
Like me, I don't got a white woman.